Welcome back to the Bays Podcast. Bro, are you serious? It's your host, Crossin, joined by Kai's, Redneck, and David, coming at you again for another week of this bullshittery we call a podcast. Lads, how are we doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Pretty good.
Subscribe.
Oh, yes, like and subscribe, even though I say that at the end, I'll say it at the beginning, and also mid.
I want to say it.
After everything we say, like and subscribe. I like and subscribe went, like and subscribe to like and subscribe.
And you didn't, I don't think you caught it either at the beginning. Which cum do you think I'm talking about?
I don't want to know.
What?
Oh,
I said-
Lord.
Subscribe.
Unsubscribe.
Subscribe.
Me trying to
and
recruit to my OnlyFans.
I'm already subscribed to someone's OnlyFans.
Of course you are.
Well, on the next episode of the Bays Podcast, we talk about Dell's crippling porn addiction. Anyways, guys, are we drinking on anything different than the last episode that we totally didn't record right before this? It's definitely a week between.
No, I just got some water.
Mountain Dew.
Of course you have Mountain Dew.
I have a
Always.
twisted tea if that counts.
I
No,
have
I
a
don't like those all that much.
blast.
The twisted teas are okay. This is the
Oh,
original and it's meh. But
yeah,
I saw they had like a variety pack when I was at the liquor store
I've
last
had
time.
it. The blackberry one was pretty good.
The raspberry? Or is there a blackberry?
Blackberry.
Oh, I have not had that. The variety pack had raspberry, peach, and then the half and half, the half lemonade, half tea. That was actually pretty good. But yeah, they're kind of meh. I got it when we had like a big party just to kind of have like some variety besides just beer. And I mean, I still have some left over, so might as well drink them.
Drink them if you got them.
Drink them if you got them, said the alcoholic.
Alright, if you insist.
All right, if you insist.
You're twisting my arm here. Oh my god.
I'm twisting your tea. Anyways,
Whoa.
well, lads, anyone have any fun stories from, work today or anything? Just no specific topic, just anything or any stories that just make you go, bruh, from, the last week before we really get into the topic.
Tell my last.
Okay,
I had a
okay.
guy back out of a truck he was gonna buy, and after I'd washed it like 3 times, 'cause it
Oh.
kept getting dirty, and
Aw,
it had like pet hair, and we've been working on it for a long time, and it still had some of those back there,
That's
like
a
back
big
for 2
bruh.
hours, and even made a deal with him to get it down to where he wants, and then he was just like, "Oh, I'm dealing with something right now. I'll have to get back with you."
dealing with what? Cold feet, you bitch?
What? Basically. Are you
Jeez.
fucking serious? Why'd I waste all week on you?
Well, anyone got any fun plans for the totally not tomorrow 4th of July weekend? Because this is going to release after that.
Not really.
Retroactively talk like it already
What the fuck
happened.
am I hearing? It sounds like
What
someone's
the fuck are you
fucking
doing?
gulping something in a
That's
fucking
Dale's
mic.
end. I don't know if he has a fan on or what.
Doesn't sound like a fan.
Oh, it's my feet. I'm sorry.
What
Sorry.
the fuck you doing with your feet?
Stupid ass
under the mic?
motherfucker.
They're not at the mic.
Boy's giving a fucking
over here
foot job to
shaking
his
my
mic
leg.
right now.
Is he
Taking
over
your
there?
leg.
Is
You know,
he in his chair in the lotus position with his feet up?
you would probably shake your legs a lot less if you didn't consume the fucking exorbitant amounts of sugar that
Sugar
you
and
eat.
caffeine in your bloodstream.
24/7, like shaking. It's like,
Motherfucker
all right,
bleeds
when are we gonna
Mountain
do it?
Dew
When are we gonna do it?
green.
Come on, let's go.
Motherfucker's blood type is Mountain Dew.
They go,
Brother,
they go to
your
take him
blood
for
comes
labs at
out
the
that,
doctor.
Like, pale green of Mountain Dew, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
He's literally getting labs done and they're drawing it and they're like,
Do you need a cookie to get your blood sugar back up?
Doctor, doctor, this guy has the worst blood infection I've ever seen. His blood is green and clear.
Just-
Hold on, let me smell it. Also, Mary, let me give it a little taste.
Doctor, why are you drinking this man's blood?
No!
Mother of God.
Me gets hooked up to one of those blood machines, you know, at the hospital, and I'm just like open my eyes, and I'm like, no, you can't hook that up to me. That's not my blood type. Reach in my back pocket.
Were
They
you
pull
trying
out
to say
little
getting a
bottle of Mountain Dew.
transfusion?
Like,
Pump it
yes,
into me.
that's it. Pump
You
it in.
take your fucking IV drip bag down and then disconnect it and insert the syringe tip into a bottle of Mountain Dew. All right, hang this up. Now my IV drip is fixed.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
10% blood, 90% Mountain Dew.
You've got to keep that ratio.
Bro, I don't know how you don't have headaches all the time.
Oh, that's
Right.
right, Dale is.
That's how
You
I
need to
keep away
drink
from
more
the
water.
My
My
dad
balanced
found
diet
out
is
recently
Mountain
he
Dew,
needs to
Mountain
drink
Dew,
more water.
Mountain Dew, water, Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew.
You know,
So
you've got a few years because it took my dad until 50 for it to finally happen. But my dad ended up having a between 5 and 6 millimeter diameter kidney stone, so about as wide as like
Yeah, you might
the
be
bullet of an
something
AR-15.
Dale.
But it and funny enough, my dad's name is Dale, by the way, so you know maybe that's some foreshadowing. Blocked off his kidney, trapped urine in it, gave him a kidney infection that entered his bloodstream and resulted in sepsis, and he spent like a week in the hospital. So maybe replace a Mountain Dew or two a day with a glass of water. It can only help you.
Or at least some
Funny 'cause I
cranberry
always-
juice.
the funny thing is most of the time I'm either drinking like water, like most of the time I drink Mountain Dew, like, but usually it's like when I'm
His
gaming.
number 2 choice is water. His number
My
1 is
number
Mountain
2 choice
Dew.
is definitely water.
I mean, if I could do that, I would and not feel like shit. But
I like water. I don't know.
can't.
Maybe I'm weird.
I mean, I like water too.
I don't need water.
Jeez.
I always
I usually
have water
get
by
me
my
just
bed.
like a little Gatorade bottle, and then I'll drink that, and then water the rest of the day.
Yeah, I usually like hit the gas station on the way to work, get one of
Maybe
the
an
like
energy
0
drink.
calorie energy drinks, and I'll drink that to get woken up. Sometimes I'll like make a coffee, and then it's just water, pounding water all day. So, but none of this is today's
Yeah, this is
topic
none of the topic we already.
Why? Yeah.
because we
We're
need
already
to
on a
kill
tangent.
time. Anyways,
I'm gonna kill you.
in game.
In
In
game.
game.
Anyways, this week's topic is annoying, bad, however you want to frame it, customer service stories. Not the positive, not where you had the best customer ever, or McDonald's got your Happy Meal right and gave you an extra chicky nugget or something like that. No, nay, this is the opposite end. This is times that either when you were working in customer service, Dale, quit shaking your leg.
Again.
I'm sorry.
When you were in customer service, you dealt with the dumbest of customer, or when you were the customer and dealt with an absolute smooth brain of a person in customer service. I'll go ahead and lead in. Probably one of my most annoying examples. So, I used to work for Walmart, and I was the manager over automotive. I was over the shop and all that. Anyways, there was a guy that used to come in and try to return batteries all the time and get money. Well, he would go to like a you pull it type place, pay $10 for an old battery he did not purchase, and try to prey upon people that were stupid enough to return his battery without receipt or ID. For $100 and something. I mean, this dude had a system going. And the first time I couldn't really argue with him because your hands are pretty much tied. I didn't know that's what was going on. I returned the guy's battery because I had to approve it. The second time the dude came in, I'm like, this is not the same battery you bought a week ago. He's like, yes, it is. I'm like, no, I fucking sold you the battery. And also, this battery is old as shit. And of course, he argued and it escalated. And it ended up going to like an assistant store manager. And of course, they, being the cucks that they are, were like, just go ahead and do it. So he got it. Well, a week later, this motherfucker comes in trying to bring in another battery. And this time, again, without receipt, you can only do so many no receipt returns in a year. So, of course, he got rejected because he had already done that. So he pretty much got told to fuck off. He couldn't do anything. He comes back the next day, and he has hole punched his ID conveniently where part of the fucking numbers are, and put a key ring through it, pretending like he just did that to keep up with his ID, and very blatantly gave some random string of numbers that obviously wasn't what his old one was. And at this point, I had had enough. This dude was pissing me off, so I'm like, nah. Motherfucker, no. Take your fucking junky ass away. You are not returning this battery and stealing more money. And this dude has the audacity to fucking argue with me and get into a borderline screaming match that we are fucking him over. He just bought this battery. And it took me pretty much escalating this to the top of the top and getting them to pull cameras for them to tell this guy to fuck off. And you know what? No charges pressed, nothing for stealing. He was just banned from the store. He probably got a few $100 at least, assuming that was the only store he was hitting up for that. So,
I'm pretty sure he just kept coming in and trying it, and we just...
Did he keep coming after that?
They got a little better at denying people.
They were absolute fucking cucks, though.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, that is...
Kathy was the one that actually, when y'all actually said no that last time, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I specifically says, no, don't play.
I specifically got her that time because I was like, you know what? You want to deal with someone? Let's get Kathy in on this because I got.
And she'll always be like, I am top of the top right now.
Mm-hmm. I got Steve or whatever that fucking Santa Claus motherfucker's looking name was, and he was the cuck that was just just do it. Old fucking white beard Santa Claus sit on my lap looking ass motherfucker. But yeah. Anyways, I'm getting riled up because I'm reliving that stupidity. I can't explain it as good as, experiencing it firsthand, so everyone's probably like, gosh, what a boomer. But it trust me.
Well, I remember it was so bad, one of the other guys was like, bro, I thought you were gonna swing on that guy. So you're like face to face.
Fuck yeah, fuck that guy.
And this, I don't understand, like, they would try it, and it's like, bro, we've caught you. We're not going to take it. Just give up and go somewhere else, because that's what they do. They just go to somewhere else. And they'd always come in with, like, a slip, but not an actual receipt.
Right.
And I don't know how they get the slip or why these other places were getting.
They got the slip from the last battery they just exchanged for, and they try to use that slip thinking that it doesn't have a different serial number. But what this dude would do is he'd always cut the serial number sticker off of it, so there was never a serial number on the battery.
A nick out of it or something and say, "Oh, it just happened when I was putting it in."
Mm-hmm. Some stupid shit. Dude was on that dumb shit 9000. But yeah.
Yeah, they always do that.
Impressive. Anyways, before I get more riled up and just turn this into a bashing Walmart stupidity session, you know what, Kais? I think since you can probably relate, even though your story may not be Walmart, let's go ahead and segue to you. Yours could.
I have one relating a battery. I can tell that one.
Okay.
One that I was thinking of.
Yeah, hit me with your best shot.
So I mean, Walmart they have rules to go along with returning a battery or exchanging and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes their system doesn't work always right, and there's some gray area there, and so that's kind of on Walmart for not clarifying it and posting it places and letting people see that and training people right and other issues. But probably the worst blow up I've seen was a guy, and it may have actually had a problem, or there was some kind of problem. He kept saying this battery was bad. It did not test bad. We couldn't exchange it, return it, whatever he was wanting to do.
Right.
And I mean, Walmart just doesn't let you do that typically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had to get a bad test,
and it's still testing good. Then we're supposed to say good. It's good after we put it on multiple tests, put it on load tests, chargers, everything like that. It says it's good. Typically, there's something wrong with your charging system in your vehicle.
Right. It's like, bro, the battery's not the problem.
Did not want to accept that. Just kept talking. We're just talking, and we're just saying it's a no. It's flat out a no. I got my direct manager and then his manager above him. They're all saying no. It's still a good battery. And for whatever reason, he just got so mad, he literally chunked this battery in front of all these other people. Chunked this battery. It's split open, spewing everywhere.
Oh my god.
And he runs out. His wife kind of goes after him. His wife comes back in, and we're just like, no, go. Because I mean, I think it was probably Drake or somebody.
Yeah, I mean, but battery hasn't fucking everywhere. They were going to
call the cops. They're like, if you don't leave, we're calling the cops.
Oh yeah, at that point.
And so
if that shit got on anyone, it could have fucked someone up.
I know. I had to clean all that acid up, and I always hated cleaning up acid.
Mm-hmm.
That was the worst.
I 100% feel that. As a former shop tech and shop manager, I've had my fair share of getting battery acid on me. Can confirm.
And then I have this other one from a new job selling cars.
Huh.
And this is probably back when I was a year ago or so, when I was pretty new to it. But you know, common math and logic applies selling cars for the most part.
Sure.
And this guy, and some people just think, hey, we're making $10,000 on every car we sell.
Right.
There's so much wiggle room. We can give them whatever they ask for. And that may work at like buy here, pay here places like Carmart and some other places like that actually have money to loan.
Funny little thing to
but we don't make our loans. The bank makes the loan payments.
Right.
We might have a little up at 0.5% or something, so we get a little bit more money.
Mm-hmm.
They do. I don't know how that all works, but they do that stuff. But this guy, we haven't run his credit or nothing. Says his credit's good, which that's take that for a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But he's wanting to trade something, some little shitty 20-year-old car. But he says he wants his payments to be a certain amount, $300 a month, something like that, on this 4Runner, which has got pretty good miles on it. We're asking like $35,000 for it.
Even still, your payments are never gonna be $300 exactly. On that.
Like literally, I was telling this guy, even with 0%, your payments are gonna be $450.
Right,
like that.
And that's miraculous. To put this into perspective,
that's not. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, my wife got a almost $40,000 car, but she got it on sale and trade-ins. It ended up being like, I don't know, 26 or something. And by the time you factor in interest and everything else, it's still over $400 a month on a sub 30, like sub 30,000 that we ended up financing it for. So what?
It's just like, we'd have to run your credits. You're gonna have some interest. It's a used car.
Right.
It was probably 3-4 years old. had kind of high mileage, so you
Mhm.
might not be able to go 72. We'd have to see. But and there's no rebates. It's a used vehicle, and he was kind of not understanding that. He's like, "Y'all can take some off. Y'all can do this." It's like, "No, we just got it. We're not going to take anything off." He might take off $500. You know, that's really not going to
Right.
help you much. And he just did not want to listen to me. Said, "I want to go in there and talk to your manager because you don't know how to do your job."
Hmm.
And I was like, "Okay." It's like that's one thing I was new to it, but I still know what I'm talking
Yeah, you're
about
not
here.
fucking
I'm good at
stupid.
math. I know how to do math. And so I was just like, I went into my manager and I was like, "Tell him to get his ass out of here." And my manager, he could tell I was pissed. And so he just got the guy in there and he just basically told him what I told him. He's like, there's nothing we can do. And the guy was like, "Okay, well, I'll just take my business elsewhere." It's like, "Okay,
Okay. Have
great."
fun not buying a car elsewhere because you're not gonna be
Yeah,
able to
you're
get
a
a
dumbass.
realistic fucking I hate stupid people. Like you can't explain it to them. They really think the lowly paid employee gives that much shit, like much of a shit about the big corporation's performance and fucking over the little guy. No, we really don't.
Yeah.
But like, there's only so much we can do.
I mean, that's more of a Walmart thing where, like, selling a car does impact me because I want to get paid.
Well,
I
sure,
want to
like
make
I get you make
money,
commissions and shit, so you want
but
to sell, but
I'm going to do what I can for you, but I'm also not going to make it so I only make $200 off something that's
right,
worth a lot more.
exactly.
You know? And then I'm actually taking time and helping you. Then I'm gonna get paid what I'm owed for the most part.
Yep. I mean, because that's your livelihood in that industry is commissions,
Yeah.
so.
But people all the time just come in thinking, "Hey, you make 10,000, you can take off 5,000, right?" It's like, no, I cannot take off
A, we're probably not
$5,000.
even making 10 grand on this, and B, I definitely can't take that.
Very rarely do we even put anything that we make 5,000 on. So it's like that's definitely not going to happen.
Jeez. Anybody have anything to contribute to that before we segue on to David?
No, man, no.
No.
I
No, mate.
can understand his pain.
Right. Well, David, buddy, since you probably understand dealing with the dumbest of dumb, you know, Kai's and I have worked at Walmart. That is in
That's
and of
pretty
itself a
bad.
pain, but you know, you doing the whole gas station and fast food thing, I'm sure you see the dumbest of dumb. Oh, let us have it, man.
All right, so I got one specific story that I'm gonna share.
Okay.
It's not really a huge story or anything like that, like y'all are telling. But before I go into that, I'm gonna say, as a customer, a lot of times, like I'll go to I love to get tater tots or hash browns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But most every single time I go to a restaurant and I get tater tots or a hash brown, most of the time it's the hash brown or the tater tots that end up not being there. Like, no joke. Like, for most people, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
I got the wrong order, or this, this or that. But
Oh,
it's
bring up
always
bad
tater
luck.
tots every time for me. Like, I can name like 2 times in the past like month that they forgot my tater tots.
Get this
No
menu's
joke.
tater tots.
I just want the freaking tater tots, man. And
Eesh.
now moving on, I've worked at Bojangles and I work at a gas station now, and that's my 2 customer service jobs that I've had. And Bojangles is pretty bad, but I'd say the gas station has more weird customers
Yeah.
for sure. A lot
Probably.
more druggies, I should say, or tweakers
Right, because
and
all the
whatnot.
tweakers need gas. All the tweakers don't have to eat fast food, so
And their scratch off tickets.
And their scratch off tickets. And their cigarettes.
And their
and
alcohol.
They're out. Well, some of them. And Bojangles doesn't really have many stories that I can tell. I worked in the kitchen. I've had a bad situation where one time I was looking at a sandwich and I didn't have gloves on. I didn't touch the sandwich. Not even close to touching the sandwich. And this lady just goes off, like straight up Karen. It's like, you touched my sandwich. I was like, no, ma'am, I didn't touch your sandwich. But the gas station, I always see someone stupid come in. Whether it's, a kid trying to get his dad or his 21-year-old best friend or whatever, trying to get them to buy him a vape and he points it out clearly. Or, someone stupid filling up 9 2-gallon jugs of water, lining them up across the entire parking lot. Yeah, just the other day, some lady had like 9, however big they were, and one of my customers came in and he's like, you got a lady out here with like a whole bunch of jugs trying to fill up all of them with water.
Like from your outdoor water hose faucet?
Yeah.
What
and they were lined.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't even go outside the trash. I was just like, I was just gonna let her do what she wants.
That's a lot of like gas station stories where people are doing dumb shit outside. It's like, yeah, just let them do that.
Yeah,
I really don't give a shit. And if I go out there, it's probably shank me or fucking.
Right. I'll go out there with some wasp spray and start spraying her. Get out of here!
Go on there, you get. Go on there, you get. You're not welcome here. Go on there, you get.
We don't take kindly to your kind. Yeah, tweaker.
And then another small story is there's a lot of people that do. And it's irritating on my end. Like, I know we're making money. The company's making money. I'm not. But the scratch-off ticket addicts. It's crazy because some of them...
Addicts.
Not
addicts.
I
got one of them. Oh, wait.
Barely.
But there's like at least 3 that will literally come in, buy like 5 tickets, scratch them off, turn them in, buy more, scratch them off, turn it, and they'll be there for at least an hour. One time, this one guy, which I don't know his name or anything, but every time he comes in, it's just irritating. He was in there the other day, and he doesn't just buy the $5 tickets, not just the $10 tickets. He buys the $30, the $25, and the $20 tickets, and he'll buy them. And he's the most unlucky person I've ever met in my life. And he'll come in, he'll buy like, yeah, can I get that $30 ticket, that $30 ticket, give me 2 of these $20, and then I'll take 2 of these $10. And he goes out, doesn't win jack, comes back in, buys the same ones.
Oh my Lord.
And by the end of the day, one time he came in there and he spent 4 hours. 4 hours. Just buying scratch-off tickets. And I was like, dude, how do you have this money? Like, you would be so rich if you saved your money.
What you didn't know is that between each scratch, because it only takes a second to scratch off, he was giving fucking BJs in the parking lot to get more money to buy scratchers.
Who knows, man?
But there's no joke. One customer that comes in, and she's on disability,
right?
And spends it at the casino, and she's won a lot of money.
This my
and
grandma?
She has a nice truck. And
never mind. That part disqualified her.
It's like, how the fuck are you that lucky or that good at whatever you're doing?
Man.
My fucking dad's mom has won like 4 jackpots or some shit already this year at the casinos. I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh,
I remember when Pop used to bring in like stacks of scratch off and
stacks of scratchers, bro.
Say, "Oh, I found them. Can you double check them for me on the computer and see if
found them?" Air quotations. Conveniently, there's a few $1,000 missing from your bank account too.
But the next story I would have to, like, the next little area of working in customer service that I'm going to have to point out is the druggies that come in. And nothing, I'm not going to say nothing about addiction, but just the fact that they're so messed up that they come in there. This one kid, I mean, he's younger than me. He's got to be at least 2 years younger than me. And he comes into the store slapping his leg and stomping, like just walking, stomping, slapping his leg, and just coming towards the counter. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? Like, as soon as he walked in, that's my first thought. And he just goes straight to the vapes and starts looking at the vapes. He's like, man, that's a good flavor. Like, he's not holding back his voice. He's like, hey, man, that's a good flavor right there. He turns around, looks at a customer dead in his eyes. He's like, man, that's an effing good flavor, man. You ever tried this effing flavor? I'm like, what the heck is going on?
He was definitely on cloud 9.
We're assuming it's meth. we were.
It doesn't sound like weed to me, buddy.
No.
I'm gonna say meth
weed. It's one of them big ones. But
he's just an example of a certain someone in there.
I was about to say, if he was smoking weed, he would have said, that's a good fucking flavor, while pointing to some sort of flavor of Cheetos or something instead of, the vape. So
right. But anyway, he's just going off, and I'm helping this guy that he looked dead in the eyes and told that. And I try to hurry up and get him out of there as quick as I can, because I don't want him to suffer any more than he already has seeing all of this. So I get him out of there, and this guy's like, yeah, so I'll take 20 on that pump right there, and I want that flavor. I want this one right here. And he gets the
I want raspberry.
To get him out. And he goes outside. He stands out at his truck for at least like 15, 20 minutes. And every now and then, all you would hear outside is, woo! No kidding.
Bro was having the best day of his life.
There was 2 of my coworkers outside at the time, and one of them came in. I was like, that's him, right? And they're like, who, that guy going woo? I was like, yeah, that's him, right? And they're like, yeah, that's it. Woo! And then he just stood out there just wooing just Ric Flair for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, what the heck, man? This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Well, maybe get better and get clean, but we will thank him for the entertainment he gave you.
And I've seen him a couple times since then. And I had to tell my manager about him, and I was like, you'll know him when you see him, and I'll show you him.
When you hear the fucking Nature Boy coming up in the distance, you'll know it's him.
Woo! What is this? Woo! But that's my top story. That's got to be my top story.
That's a pretty good one. That is a really good one. Well, anyway,
the fact that I got told while I was vaping, and this guy is one of the creepiest guys that is a customer there.
Oh, you got a bird in mouth.
It seems that he told some young lady at his other job that he got fired from that, and he got sued for sexual harassment or whatever. But something happened. But one day I was just working at the counter, and this is the guy that came in today and walked outside while I was hitting my vape and said, "Happy 420." And I was like, bro, this isn't weed. Like, that's the only thing I could come to conclusion.
Conveniently, you sent that right after 3:20 my time, which would have been 4:20 your time, so that's probably part of the reason he said that was the time.
Maybe. I don't know, man. It just didn't make sense to me. But the thing is about him is every time he comes in, I just don't even want to serve him because it's so creepy. Because one day I was working and he comes up to the counter to buy his usual bootleggers. He drank the green bootleggers. Weird choice. But
I don't know what that is. So.
Yeah, I was about to say.
they're some alcoholic drink.
We
But
live in a dry county, so we don't experience that.
he comes up to the counter and he tells me about his terrible day. He's like, yeah, I just got fired today. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, it was over sexual harassment. And I don't know what their problem is. Women this and something like that.
I only told her I wanted to fuck the shit out of her. I don't know why they said that was bad. It was a compliment.
Right, just the way he was putting it. He's like, you know how women are. And I was like, no? You have a good day, sir. And then I went straight to my manager and made sure to tell her, I was like, yeah, so just keep an eye on this guy right here. I don't trust him. He seems a little creepy.
He definitely tucks his wiener and dances in the mirror.
And I've seen some stuff at, like, some pretty creepy stuff working there. Like, we've got the subway there, you know, and we've had high school girls work there. So, of course, there's been a couple creepy guys that have come in and be
I
like,
can only fucking imagine.
wow, you got a real good view over here. I'm like, what the heck did you say to me? There's 17
she's like 17.
and 16. Calm down, man. Like, and then one guy stood outside of our door and stared down one of the subway girls. And it was the creepiest thing. And he said, I can't really say this because it's actually so bad that you cannot say that on the internet. Like, it was so bad what he said.
You'll have to tell us after the podcast, but we believe you.
I will. But it was so bad. And I had to, the next time that I saw him, because I told my manager about it, and then I talked to the owner about it, and we found the guy through the cameras and everything. And he said, you know, next time I see him, just tell him he needs to get out of there. And if he has any complaints, to call the store. And I was like, all right. And the person who got to kick him out was me. So
nice.
It was great. And it was just the easiest thing, too. He just walks through the door. I turn and look at him like, yeah, man, you can't be in here anymore. If you have any questions, you need to call.
That's racist.
And he was like, oh, okay. And just turns around and walks out. And I was like, dude knew what he did.
So I have one kind of like that at Walmart. It was when I was a support manager. And this one of the employees comes and says, hey, there's a guy in the women's bathroom looking over the stalls.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, okay. I call the managers, and we had some pretty strong managers back then that just weren't cowards. And they go in there, and I guess he left before we got in there. But one of them runs real quick, looks at the cameras, and then the other one's standing by the doors, and it's this big, tall, old motherfucker, and he's got kids with him.
What the?
And the one that was by the door, it was Clark. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, Clark don't fuck around. Former military.
He's just sitting there talking shit to the dude. He's like, we saw what you were fucking doing, while this guy's walking out the door, and the dude's not even saying anything back, but Clark's just laying into him over and over and over. And it's like, holy shit.
Fucking weirdo, bro. People are fucking strange.
I don't know.
But you know what?
Yes,
that is a good place to end it, because you know what? Humanity isn't all that bad. We don't have to hate our lives. Just if you find any weirdos like that, avoid them like the plague. But thank you guys so very much for tuning in to the podcast. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. You know you want to. Leave a comment if you think David here is a stinky pee-pee poo-poo head. Let us know in the comments, and we will see you in the next one. This has been the Bays Podcast. Bro, are you serious? And we will see you again next week. Goodbye.